Today on the Whiskey Tornado, we're answering the question everybody wants to know: is Stagg Jr. Batch 13 as good as Batch 12? Welcome back to the Whiskey Tornado. I'm your host, Lance. Today, we are testing one of my favorite bourbons ever, Stagg Jr. Batch 12, versus the newest release of Stagg Jr., Batch 13. I've done tons of blind barrel proof tests with Stagg Jr. Batch 12 in them, and it's always my clear winner. And especially with as many accolades as it's been getting from whiskey YouTubers, I wanted to test Batch 13 against Batch 12, see if this newest batch is as good as 12, because I've had other batches of Stagg Jr. and 12 to me was by far the best. 12 is 66.15% alcohol, 132.3 proof, and then Batch 13 is 64.2 and 128.4 proof. I actually have a store I can find these pretty regularly at for around $55, which to me is the best value in bourbon. But I understand these are pretty allocated and really hard to find. I'm just lucky that a smaller store up the road from me sells them. So I have Batch 12 listed as A on the bottom of one of these Glens, and Batch 13 as B. I don't know which one. I've mixed them up already, so we're just gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna nose these. They've been opening up for about 10 minutes, so very similar on the nose to me. 1 and 2 are. You get that classic cherry cola that I love in Buffalo Trace products, but it's amped up. It's brown sugar, it's sweet oak, it's cherry cola. And these smell so similar. Like, I'm not sure if I can really tell much difference between the two. At first I thought 2 had a little bit more of a ethanol, but I don't think so. They're both very, very similar on the nose. Now I think 1 is a little bit more punchy and spiky on the nose, and 2 is a little bit sweeter the more I go back and forth. All right, let's taste 1. Right up front, you get that cherry cola, honey, brown sugar, almost like burnt brown sugar, and oak, really well balanced. Big hug. Oh man, finish going on for days and days. Typical of what you would find in Stagg Jr. That was my first sip of the day, so I'm not sure if that hug was a little stronger, but that was a strong hug right there. Woo, that'll toss you around the room. Let's go into 2. Actually, let me take one more sip of 1, since that was my first sip of the day. Yeah, really nice. That mid-palate pepperiness and that cherry cola, all the good flavors you find in Stagg Jr. Let's go to number 2. Number 2 is a little bit more sour for me. A lot of those same notes. I'm just not sure if I like it as much as number 1. Just a little bit more sour. Just so you know, this bottle I've had open for about a month, and this bottle's been open for maybe a week or so. So keep that in mind too. Some of these get a lot better as they oxidize and get opened up a little bit. Let me take another sip of 2. Yeah, definitely number 2, bit more sour. Same notes though. I'm gonna go back for 1 now. They are so similar. They are really similar. All right. I'm gonna cleanse my palate, and then I'm gonna start with number 2 and go to 1. All right. Start with number 2 here real quick. Let's see if the nose has changed at all. Now 1 seems a bit more punchy on the nose, but gosh, they're so similar. It's a good amount of oak. What I love about Stagg Jr. is just so balanced between the fruit flavors and the caramel and the burnt sugar and the sweet oak. Super mouth coating. Finish that just goes on forever. I'm getting really good cherry cola and a nice hug on that second sip of, well, I'm not sure which is which, but number 2 here. And I'm just kind of waiting because that hug's going. Man, they are so close, guys. If you can find 12 or 13, it doesn't matter, buy them. They're so good. They will beat, you know, in my opinion, virtually any barrel proof or any bourbon period. They're just that good. And for $50 or $60, or I'd probably pay $100 for these without any question. Oh yeah, number 1. I really like number 1, whatever that is. Let me try it on the heels of that. Yeah, okay. So that second trip around really kind of made one of them stand out. Whatever 1 is, that I think is my clear winner. It's sweeter. Number 2 is not bad by any means. You know, I'm in the belief that there aren't many bourbons worth $100 or more than $100. These 2 bottles, I would pay $100 every day. So there is no loser here, but 1 just seems a hair more balanced, a little less sour, really sweet. You get that cherry cola, really, really good cherry cola note, probably the best cherry cola note I've got of any Stagg Jr., and I just love it. So let's see what we've got here. What is number 1? Number 1 is B. That's batch 13, believe it or not. Wow, I really thought 12 was better. Yeah, I think I like batch 13 better. Which is fantastic. Good for me, because I think I can find more of these. All right, guys, you can't go wrong with either one of these, but if you're out, you see Stagg Jr., you see it for under 100, get it. If you can find batch 13, 64.2, get it. And batch 12, they're both fantastic, but I'm shocked by this. I thought 12 was gonna win hands down. I like 13 better. Cheers, guys.